Attention homeowners and real estate investors. Are you looking for a recession-proof real estate strategy that creates consistent income and real impact? Learn how investors are generating reliable returns by supplying housing to veterans through government-backed programs. This proven model helps reduce vacancy risk, stabilize cash flow, and align your real estate portfolio with purpose. Join the Housing America's Heroes Investor Masterclass, a live virtual training designed to show you how to do this the right way. Join us this Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. Central. The registration link will be posted in the comments. Housing America's Heroes, where purpose meets profit.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Because nobody is asking you all to house these veterans, specifically these homeless veterans, for free. No, there is so much money in our government and in the organizations that have received these grants. And then, there's money for, if I tell y'all, I don't even have a figure of how much it is, but I can show you better than I can just sit up here and tell you, because it has been published. I can show you over $1 billion, 1.8 billion dollars just on these 3 documents right here. That's been published to anybody who wants to see it. Just go to va.gov and look for the money. And these organizations have been awarded these grants to house homeless veterans. But where the disconnect comes in is that these organizations, in my opinion, aren't really doing what they're supposed to be doing with all that money. And then there's a lot of breakdown in our community in accessing the funds. It's ridiculous. I've been in this space for 25 years. When I was going through all of the documents I have piled up, and I found one that said 1992. So that was even before I got my real estate license. I'm like, oh gosh. So, and I've seen so many organizations mishandle not only the money, in misappropriation, but also mishandle our veterans, because otherwise, why are they still homeless when there's over $1 billion just on 3 documents in our community right now? Something's not adding up. Now, I do know, thank you for the hearts on TikTok. It feels like I haven't been here in so long. I did an intensive this past Saturday for those who register for my masterclass and then purchase the intensive. So that when, I'm training operators nationwide. So let me tell y'all where these operators were this past Saturday. Charlottesville, Virginia, Jose, but she doesn't have the housing yet, but she is looking to purchase the housing so she can offer the housing to homeless veterans under the programs that will pay. That's Charlottesville, Virginia. Then we had a Navy veteran from Beaufort, South Carolina, a realtor who's learning to do what I do in Beaufort, South Carolina, because we need this everywhere. Richmond, Virginia. He's Mr. Wallace is already sitting down with one of the programs that has received the funding to house their women veterans in the community in his shared living models. This is what I teach you in not in this masterclass. This masterclass is actually step 1 of housing. You have to learn the foundation of housing. So go get this book right here. This is a guide to veteran shared living models, and it's in my bio and it's everywhere, so you can get it. Now I'm teaching step 2 of my housing model. So then we have Waco, Texas. Waco, Texas. Oh my God, his grandpa and his daddy were both in the Army. And he has a wonderful compound that I've already laid out in my mind of what type of veterans village it will be. And then we had, who mentioned this? Was it Beaufort, South? Yeah, I think it was Beaufort, South Carolina, or was it Charlottesville, Virginia? It was one of them, one of the ladies who said, if there's a space to have an office or a space where veterans can come and convene and, where they can come to the office and get things done and apply for, it was just a beautiful collaboration. And that's what I'm building, is an ecosystem so you all can learn how to effectively house veterans and not just stick them in a bed. Because when I tell you, the operators who are doing it that way are leaving so much money on the table, when we've got clearly over $1.8 billion on just 3 memos. And that's not even the money that's counted in our community that was not a grant, like your HUD VASH vouchers. That money has nothing to do with this money. Then we also had Detroit, Michigan. Detroit, Michigan was also on the call, and she will be relocating to Atlanta, Georgia. She's Air Force. So I am the architect of veterans homeless housing. Now, what does that mean? I can set it up on paper real good, but it takes the players and it takes everyone who is involved in this ecosystem. So if the VA, if HUD and the VA says, okay, here's your voucher. You have a voucher. This is one thing to the veteran. You have a HUD VASH voucher right here. Now, veteran with the voucher, go ahead and go and meet some people in the community. Well, who do you go meet in the community to help you get housed? Well, you can go meet a realtor. I wrote the book to teach realtors how to meet veterans with vouchers. This is the book right here. You go meet a realtor. And this realtor should have, well, this is how I housed homeless veterans. I had, and still do have, investors who they say yes. What's the holdup? What's the barrier here? What's the breakdown in communication? I just said this veteran has an approved voucher, an approved benefit by the VA and by HUD to get a house, an apartment, or a condo. So they see a realtor, and the realtor says, well, we have to do all of these things. And the first thing on that list has already denied that veteran from being housed. So that's a breakdown in the system. That's a barrier that needs to go away. So I wrote a housing bill. And if this, I'm the architect of I don't even know what it's called because I'm not political. I just say when it gets adopted, it will be a bill in Illinois. And other states could also adopt this bill because it is to protect our veterans who are looking for housing in our communities and are having a hard time. And then you say, oh, we shouldn't have homeless veterans, but you're putting up all the roadblocks. Yeah. So don't say that if you don't have a solution. So then in creating the architect for these veterans to get housed, I teach through publication, because you got to go to class and you have to have a book. So I have a lot of books to teach you. And then I have master classes, and then I also have the intensive. The master class is to really tell you, there's only so much I can tell you while sitting here. Hello there, Neidra King. There's only so much I can share with you sitting here. So on Saturdays, for those who attend my master class and say, you know what, that is something I want to dig deeper into, how to house a veteran using the benefits that are in our community. Because even though this intensive, the master class that I'll be teaching this week, it talks more about HUD VASH. But in my ecosystem, you take the veteran who came from your veteran shared living model into HUD VASH, into your real estate, because this is a business on building on veterans resources, on veterans benefits. And you as the provider, you as the real estate investor, you have that, you have the housing, you have the housing. You have the housing from transitional to rentals to home ownership. I didn't even tell y'all about that. And that's how I've been doing my business for the past 25 years, is taking a veteran from homeless through their transition to rentals to home ownership to becoming business owners, investors, and now veterans in government contracting. Really, really, hold on. Mr. Joel Wallace, really enjoyed the intensive class Saturday. Oh, wait a second. I'm supposed to do a screen print. I should have been listening more. Thank you so much. Good evening, Vet. Oh, you said that too, Mrs. Swanson and VetMentors family. Push them up, push them up. Good evening. Who is this? Mr. Hey, John Morris. How are you today? So that's what I encourage viewers to understand, that as a veteran, as a veteran, we get benefits, and it's a lot of resources in our community. So when I see a lot of these operators, all the operators who aren't following the money, and you just stay right there and focus on how much you can get per bed, and you're leaving that veteran in that space, when the veteran has so many options because of our benefits, that's doing a disservice to the veteran, and it's slowing down your money flow too. I mean, it's good money. Don't get me wrong. I hear y'all on here talking about, I can show you how to get a $1,200 per bed, $1,000 per bed. Yeah, you're getting all that money every month, and that veteran is not using a single one of his or her benefits. That's where the problem lies, right there, where veterans have this whole book of benefits right here. Federal benefits. Veterans, homeless veterans can also be entrepreneurs and go to school and get all that information for free. That's what I did. I came from homelessness to becoming a government contractor and still working in the community, business to teach y'all how to do the same thing. I'm looking for all of my other benefits for veterans. Oh, this is a new certification for veterans, Veterans Business Enterprise. This gives veterans an additional 3% on government contracts. Here's Illinois Department of Veteran Affairs, but yeah, I said Illinois. This book for our state, just Michigan Department of Veteran Affairs, Arizona Department of Veteran Affairs, Texas Department of Veteran Affairs. These are all benefits that veterans could benefit from, but you have them stuck in your bed. Then you've got the county benefits. This is from Cook County, Veterans Assistance Commission, Cook County. All of these books are benefits that a veteran can go from homeless to home ownership. This is the book that I wrote. This is the 3rd edition, Veterans Buying Guide for Real Estate Home Ownership. So this is another benefit. And all of these benefits are free to the veteran, but you want to keep them stuck in your bed so you can go over there every month and grab that money while the veteran is still suffering. But we have all of these are benefits that we we fought for, that we signed our name on the dotted line for. Uncle Sam owes us this, and we can get it. All we have to do is apply for it and um and get approved. And sometimes, yeah, it takes a long time. Hey, Robin George, welcome back. We were looking for you this Saturday, and I did receive your email, and we're still working on it. I sent the email to Everin, my assistant, so he should be working on that. I'm just supposed to do these, and he's supposed to take care of all that. And I'm so glad, because this is a lot. Yes, this is very powerful, very, very powerful work. And this is how I've been able to stay in this business for 25 years. I don't have to say over 22 anymore. It's 25 years. I'm looking through all these papers. I mean, a stack like this. And I took them over to FedEx to have them um, in a PDF so that I can put them in a book, and also have it where go download it. You want to see where I've been all these years, go download it. Read those wonderful letters. I was sitting on the floor, like organizing the letters and the workshops and every places that I'm like, oh, I forgot all about this. Wow. So it's really fascinating just going down memory lane of all the places and places I've been in people's lives that I've touched. I opened an envelope with a beautiful card in it, and the female veteran just said, "This is another, sister vet who wanted to share that you have helped me so much." And the card was just beautiful. I'll put it back, and then she sent me a newspaper clipping of when I was in the newspaper for my. We had a 7th annual 100 Pretty Purses for female veterans, and that year over, shoot, it had to be like 50,000 purses, brand new, and boxes were donated to the not-for-profit. And I'm standing there in the middle of all of those boxes, and it was just spectacular. And she sent a thank you letter, because that event was done every year around the Christmas time to celebrate women veterans, and they remember stuff like that. That's, we need stuff like that. So I wrote down some things I wanted to talk about today, but so much is happening, and we need operators in this space to learn this ecosystem, because that's exactly what it is. You say you want to house homeless veterans. That's very commendable, but we're looking for architects. I'm looking to train people to be architects in your area, how to set up your veterans shared living models, how to create the next level for this veteran to go to when he or she leaves your veteran shared living model. And then how is this veteran now going to buy one of the properties that you have been pruning them for over this amount of time? I mean, it's fascinating. And in all of my books, they teach you all of that stuff. But you have to be a critical thinkers as well. You just can't come into the space and say, I want to house homeless veterans. No, this is critical thinking work. It is not something that, unless this is all you want to do is stick them in a bed, then, that's all you're doing. But to change somebody's life, and let me see, I wrote some things down because I didn't want to forget. You're creating generations of stability. A lot of my homeowners, veteran homeowners, were very first time homeowners, and some of them were World War II, not World War II, the Korean War. He's in this book in the 3rd edition, Veterans Buying Guide for Today's Market. So Mr. Adele Smith, he's passed away since they bought the house, but he was in World War II. I mean, in the Korean War. And when he got out of the Korean War, because he had polio, and the VA said, "Oh, there's nothing wrong with you." So he lived his life as a civilian until he was introduced to my workshops and came to the workshops and met everybody. And we got him. Well, y'all saw him at the closing table. They bought a house. But didn't nobody sit down with these veterans to teach them anything? This veteran and his family, the daughter put them out as senior veterans. How do you house a senior veteran, husband and wife and daughter? I mean, really, how you gonna do that? Hmm. Half of these veterans right here were homeless at one time on this page. Half of them were homeless to homeowner. They had never ever even owned a house. A lot of those veterans went into temporary housing, and they were not veteran shared, except for the forts over at Feather Fist. Then they had their own multi-unit properties where they had the veterans in the bed, and they have a grant for that as well. But when those houses fill up, and I'm like, okay, well, how many veterans do you have that need the shared living? Oh man, Yvette, we've got like 12 men. All right, so now reach out to the community of those who I've trained. How many beds do you have available? Because I've got 12 men, and the money is coming with them. That's what y'all don't understand. You don't have to get the money out of these veterans' pockets. And before you start asking me, well, how you do it, go get my books. All of my books are public. Go buy them, because I don't train you while I'm sitting here talking. So now these veterans go there. Then I have investors who have rental units. And okay, all of these organizations, and they all the veterans don't come from the VA. So while you're saying, oh, I keep calling the VA and they're not calling me back, but I see all these homeless veterans out there, I just want to go get them. See, y'all just don't know where the money is. 25 years. I was, look, boots on the ground. That's what my show is called, because I was boots on the ground, learning all the programs, creating processes and procedures, and conducting workshops and seminars and trainings, and oh, you got it. So now I have a master class that I'm conducting every week, and I have done it live except for 1 week. I'm like, I got something else to do. And that something else was to be present at our meeting for the SDVOB Elite for Illinois. That's the Service Disabled Veteran Owned Business. So you see what I mean, y'all? And y'all probably don't know. I'm probably going too fast, too quick now. But veterans, just understand, a homeless veteran can become a government contractor. A homeless veteran can buy multiple properties. A homeless veteran can buy his own single family house. A homeless veteran can buy a house and 5 acres of land, because I sold him one in Shabans. I'm like, where is Shabans? Shabans, house with a pole barn, a 5-car garage. There was a swimming pool, but the family filled it up. I'm like, you can have this dug out if you want the swimming pool back. Hey, everybody. Yeah, so a homeless veteran can go into veteran shared living models. A veteran can go into a rental. A veteran can buy a multi-unit. A veteran can become an investor. A veteran can just become a homeowner if they just want to chill. A veteran can become a business owner. And all of this is through our benefits. But you want to stick a veteran in a bed and call that, what you call that? I don't even know. That's one-sided. So if any operator is out there looking and you really want to make an impact, not just in because you're already making an impact in your family, you get all that money every single month, but really make an impact in this veteran's life. You know, the veterans yeah, the veterans who can do better, you know, they can get up every day, they can go to work, they're healthy, they just don't have enough money to rent their own apartment. Well, these programs are out here to help those veterans just like that. Just like that. And your house can run as a program. I don't do independent living houses. I do veteran shared living models. And that's what's paid for through these programs. And that's what all of this money is that's in our veterans community right now. $818 million went to 411 organizations for what? For housing and housing counseling, for health care, financial planning services, child care, legal assistance, transportation. And this is all for veterans. The Department of Veteran Affairs announced on August 27th that more than $818 million in grants to 235 organizations across the country. This is how I was getting paid because I know where the money is and I know how to help. Well, I don't just help, that's my profession. So please don't ask me, can you help? No, you can pay me. But the first thing you need to do is understand veterans housing. And that's to go buy my flagship book, A Guide to Veteran Shared Living Model. That's in my bio or elsewhere over here. And then there were an additional 176 organizations just shy of 1 month later in September 23rd. Those organizations received $84 million from the Department of Veteran Affairs. And then 6 months later, a NOFO came out, a Notice of Funding Opportunity came out for $855 million. So right now we have $900 million to 611 organizations in our community that have received grants to fund veterans wherever they go live. But y'all don't know how to get the money, so don't ask me. Oh, thank you so much, Steve Marshall, Jamaica. Thank you. Oh my God, we go way back on here. I remember you. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing all these years. And now I'm out. I wonder how many were repeatedly awarded. Oh, yeah, so several. So I've been doing this for all these years. And here in Illinois, I see a lot of the same players. And you know this, you know them too. Well, you got Catholic Charities. You've got Red Cross. So these are huge organizations that we don't even know that's what some of that funding is for. Now, in my city, Chicago, I know who my players are. I know what monies they have, and I know what the money is used for. And that's what I teach you in my books and also in my master classes and intensives. So I work with an organization called Thresholds. I did, let me see, I think it was last year. Or a year and a half ago, they contacted me and said they have 5 homeless veterans who all have vouchers. What? So these organizations can also receive vouchers under their organization, in addition to the funding that the government gives them on grants from the VA. And then I work with Featherfist. They received almost $4 million. I've been working with Featherfist for years. So this is a repeat of those grants, and they do use the money. And they don't get enough money because we have just that many homeless veterans in our area. It's feasible in where's the federal government? Where's the VA? Everywhere. We have homeless veterans everywhere. My suggestion is to go to my bio and get this book so you can understand veterans housing, veterans programs, because that's how you're paid, under programs, not just the bed where the veterans give you money every month. No, I show you how to connect with these programs. That's where the money is. They'll call you. I am a realtor, and I've been a realtor housing homeless veterans. That's my tagline. I house homeless veterans under these programs. A lot of these veterans don't have money for rent. They're homeless. They have to get qualified for these programs, and a lot of them don't even know these programs exist. So I started coming on social media. Do you recommend having a? No, if you don't have one, don't go do that. It's a lot to learn while you're trying to learn to get a real estate license. This is all education, is not going to happen overnight either. You have to have patience, but I would first go get the book and start reading. Don't try to jump over steps. Just go get the book and start reading. Yeah, the realtors have their own book. I wrote this book for realtors. That's me on the back of my book. So I wrote this book for realtors because my realtor colleagues here, and then they can go by this book. This book right here, the third edition Veterans Real Estate Guide for Today's Market, is the same format that I do my veterans housing workshops, which will be starting back up in March here in the South Suburb, just to help our veterans out. Don't ask me to show you a house. I'm not showing nothing. Please, please, please. But I do have some wonderful agents who I have trained over the years to do showings and to do all the paperwork. So we share in that money. Oh, I have opened so many doors. I've kicked doors in. I'm like, I didn't come all the way down here for nothing. I didn't come from the far south suburb to the west side and not being able to get in here. Okay, so whatever you have to do, realtor, then that's what you're gonna do. But we're about to go up in here. The door felt stuck. And I kicked it in and we went in. And I told the veteran, I'm like, look, girl, she's an older woman, not that much older than me. But I'm like, look, I said, listen, don't even bring me to any more raggedy buildings. That's it. No, you want to move in someplace, because even though veterans we can get a VA rehab loan, VA 203K. We can get a renovation loan.
Fatima Jones' smiling face with.
Oh, that's my daughter. We get a renovation loan, but that renovation loan comes with you doing the work. You got to find a contractor. That contractor has to get approved within the mortgage, their banking system. This was a Loan Depot. They have to do all this paperwork. I know, because I helped one of my contractors, Tony. He spoke mainly Spanish. I'm like, Tony, this is a lot of work, a lot of paperwork, a lot of input. I said, you got to pay me for this. Let me go back and find out if Tony ever paid me, because that was a lot. He did I got him uploaded in the system and he did the job. The buyer said he was wonderful, so he's gotten other jobs after that with my other veteran buyers who wanted to do a VA 203K renovation loan. But this woman, I said, you're not doing this. You can barely do this. So no, because you're going to be calling me all the time, and that's not what I'm doing. So we're going to find you something beautiful. I would tell them before, oh my God. So this lender from Loan Depot came to the VA here in Chicago, the Jesse Brown VA, and went to the director's office. And the directors, whoever was at the desk, said, we don't know you. You want to work with veterans and what? In housing here. You need to call Yvette. She'll let you know what you can do, if you can do it or not. So I had, it's gatekeeping. Serious gatekeeping. And it's gatekeeping to protect veterans, not you. It's gatekeeping to protect veterans. So I had to call this lender, and I had to fill him up. I'm like, yeah, you a veteran, Navy. Okay, thank you for your service. What have you done for veterans with your home loans? How many veterans have you closed successfully? I need to know before we go any further. What's your bedside manner? I want to hear how you talk, because you're not just going to be talking to our veterans any old kind of way. That's not what you're going to do. So he turned out to be a nice guy, and he's in the book right here. So this book, third edition, Veterans Real Estate Buying Guide. And this book teaches you, if you are a realtor, and I do have a realtor in our ecosystem from Beaufort, South Carolina. I'm probably saying that wrong again. But yeah, so she's getting her boots on the ground. She said, Missy Vet, I know what I could do. I'm like, okay. Because we need these opportunities nationwide. Otherwise, our veterans don't know. Our veterans don't know who to trust. They don't know where to go. So I'm creating that ecosystem of what I've created for myself here 25 years in the Chicagoland area, getting proclamations from the senator, sitting on boards as executive director. You know, and we need more. We need more people who are willing to step up and learn this ecosystem and stay in the community because you're changing lives. You're giving veterans an opportunity to thrive, not just to sleep in a bed with somebody next to them who they ain't even know, snoring all night, farting and snorting, and got the CPAP machine on. And I mean, really, you can have your own apartment or condo or house or 4 flats and business. I mean, you can have it all. You can have it all. How do I know? Y'all saying she's just talking. She just talking. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I was the first. I went from being a homeless female veteran to government contractor. And what I'm telling y'all about being in transitional housing, that was me. Being in a rental unit, that was me. Being a first-time home owner, that was me. Being a multi-owner of properties, that was me. Being a business owner, being an investor, being a government contractor, and business to business. And I've got several veterans who have done the same thing right behind me that have come through my training. And now I'm teaching my ecosystem nationwide because people don't know how to put these benefits together. Y'all don't even know we have access to these benefits. I have this whole program in Georgia. I'm nationwide, baby. So this is the map back here. I'm in 40 states now. I've got operators who come to my master classes and my intensives and just love it because, hey, Mel Justin, because I'm teaching you a system that is really the reason why we have so many homeless veterans. Now, is it easy? Oh, no. Oh, no, no, no. When I was a homeless veteran, it was horrible. From 87 to 93, I was in and out of homelessness. Going to the VA. And the VA was like, we don't have resources for you. Nor did they tell me where I can go for resources. I was referred to a home for battered women, a shared home for battered women. Women of all walks. This woman came in a beautiful black mink coat. I'm like, open it up, black and blue. I'm like, oh, well, we're all the same here. And then out of that, into my first rental. And I didn't even know, where you go find some place to live? Who do you talk to? What do you do? Nobody teaches us that. And then buying my first home, even before I got my real estate license. Who said we had to pay the seller's closing costs? What? Who? I don't understand this. Why do we have to pay their closing costs? And ours too? Oh. Shiesty. So years later, I went and got my real estate license. Unbeknownst to me, that was a thing. And found this veterans homeless community. I'm like, I know what all of y'all need. I know it, and I know where the resources are to get them. And that's how it all started, with Catholic Charities. So, oh wow, hey, how did you become a multi-property owner? By buying properties. Good evening, Yvette. Good evening, Mel Justin. Thank you for sharing and serving our veterans. No, I believe you very interesting. Hello. Hey everybody. Do you recommend having a real estate license? Learn it first. Learn what you need to do first, because is this feasible in everywhere? Don't you have a lot of homeless veterans in California? I wonder how many were repeatedly awarded. You so amazing. Okay. Y'all want to say something else? Say it again and then I'll read it. Let me come over here and see what linked what I mean. I don't know where everybody is right now. I think this is Nadra King. Please send the link to purchase your book. I love to hear about your 25 years. I have 5 years in veteran housing. Hey. So let me grab the link to my bookstore and I'll put it in here. Yeah, it is. It's remarkable. I love it. I like teaching now more so than after a while. It is time to just here's the link to my bookstore. Start teaching this because hold on. Trying to multitask and then post. And then I'm going to put a star. And there's the link to the bookstore, Nadra King. Thanks for asking. An error occurred. Wait a moment, then try again. That was for Facebook. Hold on, Jose, I see you here. Hey, Jose. Oh, now see, this is Jose and is your master class in your bio. Oh, I have to put the new link to this week's master class because every week the link changes. So I'll put the new link to the master class in the bio. Let me go over here and get it. Event. So I would suggest you can come because you will need to know. Well, this is Eventbrite. You will need to know what I'm teaching in the intensive. The master class is an overview of where's my okay. I can't be moving this mouse around because now I lost it. But okay, the master class is really a breakdown of what I'm going to really be teaching in 4 hours. And really it's like 5 because we stay on and the operators were from, hold on, let me tell you. I had operators from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different states. So I had an operator from Virginia, South Carolina, Richmond, Virginia, and Charlottesville, Virginia. So 4 states. Waco, Texas, and Detroit, Michigan. So afterwards, we stay on and discuss their strategies and what they're doing in their respective communities. It's man, I really love it. I love it so much. I've got operators who they'll tell me, thank God, Yvette. One love, dear. Thank you for your righteous expertise. Thank you, Falcon. Thank you so much. So they would just, tell me that I've changed their lives as investors. Some of the investors, one investor in particular, he had 400 units. And I'm like, okay, I don't know who is consulting you and why are you buying all of these units in these areas. And I explained to him that these veterans who are homeless, because this is a new homeless initiative, it's a reenactment I don't know the word right now, but it was HUD, and it's in one of the letters that I wrote to the Obamas back in the day, because former President Barack Obama reenacted this HUD voucher benefit for homeless veterans. It's the HUD, some numbers, 55300, something like that. It's on one of the letters that's going to be in my new book that's coming out. And I told him, I said, because all of these veterans have been homeless over the years, and I'm talking like 2007, 8, 9, 10, when the properties were being foreclosed. And not only that, but veterans were just homeless, and now they're like, hey, come and get a voucher so you can move somewhere. Well, you haven't lived somewhere in such a long time. How you know where to go look? Who do you know what to do first? So that was the solution that I had for the VA and all of these agencies that received this funding, because they had to come out into the community and find investors to house these veterans in with the voucher and or with the SSVF funding. So I bridged the gap between the VA and the community. So I'm like, I am the architect of veterans homeless housing. You show me any veteran, as long as the community steps up and does what they're supposed to do, and that includes some of these crooked ass SSVF organizations that have received this funding. And yeah, I said it because it's true. Which ones are crooked? I don't know, but I have seen the ones over the years get indictments and get shut down, and they were not repeat recipients of these grants. But the way I teach and train my providers, it is to get into these organizations, learn what their pain points are, and deliver that so that they can pay you every single month, or take your whole house for a master lease for the whole year. Take your whole village that you're that we're architecting on, that we're creating for the whole 5 years. Build capacity, take by the block, and build on this ecosystem from homeless to home ownership, to becoming investors and business owners. That's how I teach you. My master class that's this Thursday is step 2. It is step 2. The book that I have, A Guide to Veteran Shared Living Models, this is your foundation. This is your shared living. You got 2 beds in a room, but they're not going to stay here forever. The master class that I'm teaching you is where they are going to go in your real estate portfolio. I teach expansion, not stagnation. I teach you how to own and operate programs and real estate. Does one need to own property? So the first, you need to get this book. So in shared living, you do not, unless it is no, not even, because you can have a full contract. Read the book to break down the model first. Because I hear a lot of people saying, well, in the rental part, you don't. But when they're moving from your veteran shared living model, you have to own the property in step 2, put it that way. In the second module. Here, I got it on the board. I can show you. I can show you better than I could explain it, okay? Because these are steps that the veteran takes. Can you see that? Can y'all see that? So the veteran is down here. The veteran is homeless right now. That's the lowest a veteran can go, because he ain't gonna die. He ain't dead. He's not dead, okay? He's just homeless. Or he's at risk of being homeless. And both of these categories have funding associated with them. Everything that's within these steps have funding within our veterans community. So the veteran is homeless, and now they're going into your transitional housing unit. go get the book. That's this book right here. Learn how to set up transitional housing and connect with the community to get paid. And that's what I teach you how to do. And then they're going into a rental unit. You see how this arrow is going up from homeless all the way up to becoming a business owner? So they can, I'm going too fast now. So from homeless or at risk, because there's money there too, homeless to transitional housing to rentals, home ownership, becoming investors and business owners. And all of these are our benefits in the veterans community. So that's why I say having a veteran in a bed, just leaving him, oh, you got a bed, I'm coming over. I don't got to do nothing. I don't have to cook. I don't have to do anything. I mean, if that's your business model, it works for you, and you don't want the next stage money. You don't want to help this veteran go to the next stage, and that's on you. You know, entrepreneurs do what they want to do. I'm not the police. I'm just here to educate you on the possibilities of and the realities of what you can do in your business. So you can give funding to help what veterans receive a VA loan. You don't help them you help them with their, get this book. I knew, that's a very intelligent question, but I just knew this before I came out public. Nobody understood it. I'm a licensed realtor and also a licensed real estate instructor. And I wrote this class. I wrote this class right here for realtors back in 2014. I put it in a book in 2024. That's me. I'm also the publisher. And the class, I taught the class for 2 years. And this last year when I wrote the book and wrote another class that was approved by the IDFPR, I said, okay, I think they're ready because now I have a full book that they could buy and take home and read and take their time. And we have a study group. No, it is not. It is not an ILF. No, ma'am. That's the Forstrom's model. My model is veterans housing, homeless advocacy. So we take veterans from homeless to home ownership to becoming investors and business owners. So no, ma'am, I do not teach that model because our veterans do not have to stay in a bed for the rest of their lives unless they need to be in a home like that. Because we do have veterans who have housed with what's called Colbert, COLBERT. They did not want to stay in the nursing home. They wanted to be in their own apartments. And that Colbert funding paid for their rent in an apartment instead of paying a nursing home. So the nursing homes would get like what, $5,500 a month. The rent back in the day using Colbert was like $750, $900. So that saved the government a lot of money. So they're like, Eva, how many can you take on? How many do you have? Because I have investors. I have like 3,000 units in my inventory. What do you need? Let's go get it. So yeah, I teach you how to really take a veteran from get this book first. This is your foundation. This is how you set up your programs in order to start getting funding from the organizations that are in the community. There are 611 that have received over $900 million. So it's a lot to learn. It's not one question that you can ask me that poof, you'll know everything. After 25 years of doing this, if all parties cooperate, if all parties do what they're supposed to do, everyone has a shared responsibility. And I teach you this in my intensive class. The master class is to show you who I am. Really, you haven't seen nothing yet. You don't know my family, don't know my kids, you don't know where I've been to sit here in this seat and get so many awards. And y'all will see. Just wait till they drop that public service announcement. Is it public service announcement? When a huge announcement comes nationally, yes, I am on 2 national campaigns. Yep, for veterans, homeless housing. veterans homeless housing, because it is a pathway, is not a permanent fix in your bedroom with another veteran. It's not a permanent fix unless that's the type of program you're setting up. And guess what? If you're setting up that type of program, there's funding for that as well. Yes, it is. So I wrote some notes that I do want to cover before I get off of here. So I wrote programs on top because that's how your housing. Yeah, hold on. Let me read you something. Let me read something. All of this money, $900 million, came from the Department of Veteran Affairs. You house anybody else, and you have to document. You have to, if you're getting money from anybody, for veterans, you can only use it for veterans. And I only talk about veterans. I'm a veteran. I only talk about veterans. So people ask me, "Can you help me find housing? I'm homeless and I don't know where your benefits are." I don't. So I can't even stretch my brain like that. So I wrote some things down. Programs. That's how you get paid. As a realtor, I've been a realtor housing homeless veterans over 22 years, 25 years. I can say that now. And I have gotten paid a commission because I brought veterans to investors with programs. I've written programs for investors. I've developed housing plans for thousands of veterans. I've taught this I can show y'all pictures. I love showing pictures. Y'all get any of my books, y'all will see my pictures. So this is when I was at the VA, and I taught at the VA, at the vet centers, at City Colleges, Chicago. This is at the vet centers over here, Cook County Corrections, Metropolitan Bureau of Prisons. But like I said, I put all of those receipts in a book. So now I got to get back over to FedEx to go pick it up. He said it's going to be $88.73 just to put it on the disc, and then I will publish it in a book. So if I flip a house, you're talking my language, because that is one of the steps in the ecosystem. And I'll show you exactly how that blends in. But that's not for free, though. What I need to help the veterans, you got to get the foundation and join my ecosystem. Good day, Yvette. Oh, hey, okay, who is that? Falcon. Righteous humanitarian. You got that right. You got that. But start learning. You need to be an investor. You need to be. This is you do a program right here. Program. I also teach you HUD VASH. That's the second step. That's my master class, because after they leave your veteran shared living program bed, they go to your rental unit within your real estate portfolio. You've been rehabbing this house to fix and flip to one of these participants in your program that started in one of your beds. Your program is to help them get their benefits so that they can purchase a house or 4-flat, 1, 2, 3, or 4 units. 3rd edition Veterans Buying Real Estate Guide for Today's Market. I've been doing this, baby, for 25 years. I got the blueprints. These are my books. Just go to my library and get some books and start reading. My series, this series is the United States U.S. Military Veterans Educational and Resources book series. So this is for your veteran shared living models. I also teach on HUD VASH and SSVF, and I also have the master class. And realtors need to take that master class too, because realtors don't know how to work with HUD VASH or SSVF. They're leaving commissions on the table, and they're not serving you as an investor. This book, Finding Home, helps help veterans find resources that are in the community specific to their needs and beyond. This book, Collaborative Housing Solutions for Veterans, for social workers, case managers, human care professionals, and first responders, because they don't know how to collaborate with the community. This teaches them that. This book, Veteran Care Entrepreneurship Book, because people say, I'm a nurse. I want my home to be licensed. Okay, get this book. Now, these 3 books I have not published yet because and then I have another book that I need to update and add in some more things that I have challenged myself with, as if I needed more work to do. But this Notarization Made Easy, I have to put up here mobile notarization made easy. Because as a notary, I found a lot of our veteran community members who were in nursing homes who needed a notary, that they couldn't get the documents notarized. They can't leave the nursing home. They couldn't leave their hospice bed at home where their caregiver was there, who was their power of attorney for health and finances. They couldn't leave the hospital because they're going up for surgery tomorrow and they don't know if they're coming out. So they want to get some things notarized. Really? So that's what I did. And that's what I got to finish the book so y'all can learn the same thing if you want to be that type of notary. And also doing loans, loan closings, loan signings. And then this book I wrote is a compiled list of resources for Chicago and suburbs, resources that you're not going to hear about in our federal guideline book. You might, some of these resources cross over with our VACCC book, but you're going to get more in this book because there are a lot of organizations that aren't even discussed in our community, but these are your organizations that have millions and billions of dollars, your philanthropy organizations. They're looking to partner with veteran shared living model operators because they are veterans. Their granddaddy was a veteran who left all of this money for them to administer over, to be the shepherd over, to share with the community who are caring for our veterans. I know because I was getting those grants. And then veterans from boots to business. I am waiting for one more thing to put in this book because this book is really like my pathway that I went, that I didn't know I was taking, but life took me there, from being a homeless female veteran to renting my first apartment, to buying my first house, to buying my first investment property, to becoming an investor, a business owner, and now a government contractor. So that's what this book is, because all of those are benefits to veterans, and all of those are benefits that we get for free. Yeah, we got to buy our house with the VA loan and pay for that. But guess what? We got 100% service connected disability compensation. We went back to school and got our PhD, and now we're doctors and we're directors over programs making a hefty 6-figure income. And that is from homeless veterans doing that. How do I know? Because they were my homeless veteran who I got out of homelessness. I want to thank y'all for being here. If you have not already clicked to like to share, please do so at this time, and go to my bio, go buy some books, because as you see, I don't tell you nothing except tell you where to go. So go buy some education. And that's all I got to say. I'll see y'all tomorrow at 5:15. And if you want the link to my master class that I'm having this Thursday, I'm going to put the link. I'll come back to this live stream on YouTube, LinkedIn, and my Facebook, and put the link there. And also I'll put the link over here in TikTok. Oh, and then this book I have to update, Mastering the Art of Proposal Letters, a step-by-step guide to introduce services and products to your prospective market. I wrote this whole book using techniques that I would do to get small grants, and then I put all of those steps into ChatGPT, and it laid it out a little bit better than I did. So it's easier to read. But now I'm going to go back in and put the prompts that I use to help you. Actually, you can just put the prompts in, because everything I wrote here is, you just type it in and it is a prompt. And I use these steps in this book, and I got thank you for your service, and thanks again for sharing. You're welcome. I purchased my copy. Hey, push them up. And then when you get your copy, I want you to take a picture and hold it like this, because as I'm going to do my public speaking and things of that nature, I'm taking a big banner with me with all the operators that are on. I'm going to post another one so y'all can see the new operators that have purchased this book and a lot of my books, because one book does not tell you everything. I mean, there's so many different things to learn in this homeless veterans community. But being an advocate, right? We have to force these organizations to do the right thing. I have seen presidents or CEOs of organizations get indicted because they have not done the right thing with that money or with the veterans. Now, some of them, they might not have known, oh yeah, I did say I was going to do this, and you got in trouble and that funding was taken away from you. You can't apply next year. So the ones who want to do the right thing, they just want to know who the players are in the community to help them use that funding. That's what I'm here to teach you. So join my masterclass for step 2, because I'm not going to be talking about veteran shared living models. That's in the book. So go buy the book. Step 2 is your HUD-VASH, is getting these veterans from that bed to your rental unit and you're an investor. That's what my model teaches you to be, not just somebody in the bed. No. These veterans have benefits that'll take them from being in your bed into your apartment, condo, or house, into a house that you fixed and flipped, that you've done workshops in to show them exactly how you're doing it and how they're going to get the loan to buy it. A brand new house. Oh, I teach. Oh my God, I just can't wait till all of this comes out. So let me just finish my notes and then I'm going to hang up. So programs, homeless veterans housing architect. That's what I am. And that's what I want to teach you all to be, an architect of homeless veterans housing in your communities, where you're leading projects and programs. You're building futures. You're creating generations of stability now. My daddy bought a house on his VA loan. Hey, maybe I'll go to the military and get some benefits too. That's what I was thinking when I went to the military. I saw the benefits in my household. You're changing the system. The system right now is all of these homeless veterans are out here and they don't know where these resources are. You don't know where the resources are. The resources that are out here, they don't have enough people coming saying, hey, I need these resources and I need them now. So what are we going to do to collaborate to get these resources in the community? I've got these housing over here. What do you need me to do with these housing, these properties? What programs are we going to build on when they come to me? And then, we got to get them to use the money. And we're in building veteran villages. I've designed some beautiful veteran villages. I mean, just absolutely, I want to live there. I want to live in all the ones I've designed. I do. So thank y'all for being here. I'll see y'all tomorrow, and please register when I put the link in for the upcoming masterclass. That is this Thursday. All right, ciao for now.
Across America, too many of our heroes return home only to face another battle, the fight for stable housing. Veterans are overrepresented in the homeless population, often caught in a system that is complex, slow, and full of barriers. At VetMentors, we're changing that narrative. For over 20 years, we've been boots on the ground, not just identifying the problem, but building real solutions. That's why we created the U.S. Military Veterans Educational and Resource Guide book series, a groundbreaking collection designed to educate, equip, and empower. These guidebooks are written not only for veterans, but also for the communities, organizations, and leaders who serve them. From step-by-step housing models to funding strategies, this series gives social workers, case managers, realtors, and first responders the tools they need to act with speed, dignity, and impact. VetMentors believes housing is not charity. It's a mission, a responsibility, and a pathway to restoring honor. Every guidebook in this series is a resource designed to make sure no veteran is left behind, and no community has to say, "We didn't know how to help." This is how we turn challenges into victories. I'm Yvette Jones Swanson, Army veteran, CEO of VetMentors LLC, and I invite you to join us in rewriting the story for America's veterans.